Chosen one, something is happening to you right now, in this very season. Even if you cannot see it yet, even if it does not feel like it, even if everything around you looks the same, something underneath is shifting, something inside is transforming, something is being built in the hidden places that is about to become visible. And when it surfaces, when it finally comes out into the open, not only will the people around you be shocked, you will be shocked too, because who you are becoming is so far beyond who you currently see in the mirror that even you will not recognize yourself. Who you are right now. Right now, you are still carrying weight that was never yours, still second-guessing decisions that God already confirmed, still shrinking in rooms you were called to lead, still apologizing for gifts that were meant to be celebrated, still whispering dreams that were meant to be declared, still living in the shadow of what people said about you, still measuring your worth by the opinions of people who were never qualified to evaluate you, still waiting for permission, still waiting for someone to tell you that you are ready, still waiting for circumstances to align perfectly before you fully step into who God made you. That is who you are right now, and there is no shame in that, because that version of you is not your destination. It is your starting point, the cocoon before the transformation, the seed before the breakthrough, the silence before the sound that shakes everything. What is happening underneath right now? While your life looks the same on the surface, God is working underneath, restructuring things, rebuilding foundations, removing things that had no business being there, old mindsets that kept you small, old wounds that kept you defensive, old patterns that kept you repeating cycles that were designed to hold you back. He is rewiring the way you think, reframing the way you see yourself, rebuilding the confidence that life tried to strip from you, one layer at a time, one prayer at a time, one small shift at a time. It does not feel dramatic. It rarely does when God works underneath, but the work is real. The transformation is real, and the version of you being built right now is more powerful than anything you have imagined for yourself. The moment everything shifts, there is going to be a moment, a specific moment where something clicks, where something breaks open, where the version of you that has been under construction finally steps into the light. And it will not announce itself dramatically. It will not come with a warning. It will just happen. You will wake up one morning and the fear that used to paralyze you will be gone. You will walk into a room that used to intimidate you and feel completely at home. You will hear a voice that used to shake your confidence and feel absolutely nothing. You will look at an opportunity that used to feel out of reach and step toward it without hesitation. You will speak in a tone that surprises even you, firm, clear, certain, unapologetic, and in that moment you will realize something has changed, not around you, in you, permanently, irreversibly, completely. Who you are becoming. You are becoming someone who no longer needs their validation. The people whose approval you chased for years will no longer have that power over you, not because you became cold, because you became complete. Complete people do not beg for validation. They carry their worth internally. They know who they are without needing anyone else to confirm it. You are becoming someone who walks differently. There is a posture that comes with transformation, a way of carrying yourself that tells every room you enter that you know exactly who you are, that you know exactly why you are there, that you belong there completely, without apology, without doubt, without needing permission from anyone. You are becoming someone who speaks differently. Words carry weight when they come from someone who has been through fire, and you have been through fire. And what comes out of you now will carry a depth, a conviction, an authority that stops people mid-sentence, that makes rooms go quiet, that makes people lean in because they can feel that what you are saying is coming from somewhere real, somewhere tested, somewhere unshakable. You are becoming someone who loves differently, not desperately, not from a place of needing to be needed, from a fullness, of overflow, of choosing people not because you are afraid of being alone, but because they genuinely add to a life that is already rich without them. That kind of love is rare, and it is what you are growing into. You are becoming someone who moves differently, with intention, with direction, with a clarity of purpose that cuts through confusion like a knife. No more wandering, no more going in circles, no more being pulled by every opinion and every wind of change. You are becoming someone who knows where they are going and moves towards it every single day, without stopping, without looking back, without being distracted by what was never meant to keep your attention. What people will notice first. Before you even fully realize what has changed, the people around you will notice. Something will feel different about you. They will not be able to name it immediately, but they will feel it. The ones who used to talk over you will start listening when you speak. The ones who used to overlook you will start paying attention. The ones who used to dismiss your ideas will start coming to you for direction. The ones who used to make you feel small will suddenly feel small themselves in your presence. Not because you did anything to them, because the energy you carried changed, because the version of you standing in front of them is no longer the version they could control, no longer the version they could manipulate, no longer the version that needed your approval to feel worthy. And that shift in you will shift the dynamic of every relationship around you. Some people will love the new you. They will celebrate the transformation. They will say they always knew this was coming. And others will struggle with it because the old version of you served a purpose for them, kept them comfortable, kept them in control, kept the balance of power in their favor. And this new version of you threatens all of that. Do not shrink for them. Not this time. Not ever again. What you will no longer tolerate. The version of you that is emerging has a different relationship with tolerance. You will no longer tolerate being spoken to without respect, not from family, not from friends, not from anyone. You will no longer tolerate relationships that drain without replenishing, that take without giving, that wound without healing. You will no longer tolerate spaces that require you to be less in order for others to feel like more. You will no longer tolerate your own self-doubt, your own inner critic, your own habit of talking yourself out of things before you even begin. You will no longer tolerate settling in any area, in love, in work, in friendships, in the vision you carry for your life, because the version of you that is coming knows their worth so deeply, so completely, so unshakably that settling will feel physically impossible, like trying to put on clothes 3 sizes too small. It simply won't fit anymore. What this transformation will cost you. It will cost you some relationships. People who were comfortable with the old version of you will know what to do with the new one. Some will leave, some will create distance, some will label the change as arrogance, as pride, as you thinking you are better than everyone else. Let them, because what looks like arrogance from the outside is actually just someone who finally knows their worth, and people who profited from your lack of worth will always call your healing arrogance. It will cost you some comfort. Growth is not comfortable. The stretching required to become who you are becoming will challenge you in ways that feel unbearable sometimes. But the discomfort is not punishment, it is expansion. Every moment of discomfort is you becoming larger than you were before. It will cost you some time. This does not happen overnight. The transformation is happening now,
but the full manifestation takes time. Stay patient with the process. Stay faithful in the in-between, because what God is building is worth every moment of the wait. What God is saying about who you are becoming. I always saw this version of you, even when you could not, even when no one could. I saw it before you were born. This is not a surprise to me. This is not a new development. This is what I always planned, what I always intended, what I always knew was inside you, waiting to come out. The process has been long, I know. The pain has been real, I know. There were moments you thought the transformation was not happening, that you were stuck, that you were too damaged, that the version of yourself you dreamed of was too far from the version you were living. But I never stopped working, not for one moment, not through one season. I was always building, always refining, always preparing, and what is about to emerge is everything I promised you, everything I whispered to you in your quietest moments, everything I showed you in your most hopeful dreams. It is real, it is coming, it is almost here. A word for the ones who feel furthest from this. Maybe you read all of this and it...
What happens to your enemies when they see the new you? They will be confused first, because the version of you they planned against no longer exists. The version they whispered about, the version they counted out, the version they were so sure would stay stuck, has been replaced with someone they do not recognize, someone they did not prepare for, someone they have no strategy against. And that confusion will turn into silence. The ones who were loudest about your failures will go quiet about your elevation, because they have no words for it, no explanation for it, no way to minimize it. They will watch you walk into rooms they said you did not belong in. They will see you sit at tables they said were not for you. They will witness doors opening for you that they spent years trying to keep closed. And they will have nothing to say, because your life will be saying everything, loudly, undeniably, without you having to speak a single word in your own defense. Some of them will try to rewrite history. Suddenly, they always believed in you. Suddenly, they always knew you were going to make it. Suddenly, they want to be associated with the version of you that they once tried to destroy. Do not be bitter about that, but do not be naive about it either. Remember who they were when it cost them something to believe in you, and let that memory protect you without letting it poison you. Others will double down on the hatred. Your elevation will intensify their opposition, because seeing you win while they stayed stagnant will be more than their ego can handle. They will look for new ways to discredit you, new narratives to attach to your name, new reasons to explain away what God is doing in your life. Let them. Because what God ordains, no amount of human opposition can stop. And the more they fight against what God is doing, the more they delay their own blessing. Not yours, theirs. Your elevation is not dependent on their approval. It never was. What changes in the way you carry yourself? There is a before and after. Before the transformation, you walked into rooms hoping to be accepted. After the transformation, you walk into rooms knowing you belong. Before, you spoke carefully, measuring every word against what people might think. After, you speak clearly, from a place so grounded that other people's reactions become secondary. Before, you dressed your wounds in performance, tried to look okay when you were breaking, tried to appear strong when you were barely standing. After, you carry your scars openly, not as wounds, as evidence. Evidence that you went through something real and came out on the other side, still standing, still believing, still moving forward. That kind of authenticity is magnetic. People can feel the difference between someone performing strength and someone who actually has it. And the version of you that is emerging has it, earned it, built it through every season that tried to take it. What happens to your prayer life? It changes completely. Before the transformation, prayer was often desperate. Please God, fix this. Please God, change this. Please God, make this person see. Please God, make this situation different. After the transformation, prayer becomes declaration. God, I trust you with this. God, I thank you for what you are already doing. God, I believe that what you started, you will complete. The desperation leaves, not because life becomes perfect, because your trust becomes unshakable. You stop praying from a place of fear and start praying from a place of faith. And prayers prayed from faith move differently, hit differently, land differently, in the Spirit. You will notice answers coming faster, not because God changed, because you changed. Because faith-filled prayer unlocks things that fear-filled prayer cannot reach. And the version of you that is emerging prays like someone who knows their prayers are heard, who knows their prayers are answered, who knows that heaven moves when they open their mouth. What happens to your relationship with time? You stop wasting it on people who drain you, on conversations that go nowhere, on habits that numb you instead of building you, on scrolling through other people's lives while neglecting your own. Time becomes sacred to the transformed version of you because you understand now what the old version of you did not, that time is the one resource that cannot be recovered once spent. And the assignment God has placed on your life is too important, too urgent, too significant to spend your hours on things that do not serve it. You will become intentional in ways that surprise even you, protective of your calendar, protective of your energy, protective of your mental space, not out of selfishness, out of stewardship. Because you understand that you are not just living for yourself, you are living for the people your assignment is meant to reach. And every hour you invest wisely is an hour that moves you closer to them. What happens to your relationship with money? The scarcity mindset that followed you begins to dissolve. The belief that there is never enough, that you always have to struggle, that wealth is for other people, people more deserving, more educated, more connected. That belief loses its grip, and in its place, a stewardship mindset grows. The understanding that God is your source, not your job, not your circumstances, not the economy, not the opinion of whoever controls the budget, God. And God is not limited. His resources are not exhausted. His provision is not affected by your past, or your mistakes, or your background, or any of the reasons people said you would never have enough. And as that truth settles into the new version of you, things begin to shift financially, not because you suddenly found a magic formula, because your alignment changed, and aligned people attract aligned resources. What God has for you financially has always been available. The transformation is simply moving you into position to receive it. What happens to the dreams you buried? You will dig them back up. The ones you abandoned because someone said they were too big. The ones you surrendered because the timing seemed wrong. The ones you quietly let go of because too many seasons of disappointment made hope feel dangerous. The transformed version of you will find those dreams again, and they will not look the same. They will look bigger, more refined, more aligned with the assignment God always had for you. Because God does not let ordained dreams die. He lets them hibernate through the seasons that were not yet ready for them. And when the season changes, when you change,
When the ground of your life is finally prepared, He resurrects them, better than they were, more powerful than they were, more impactful than anything you originally imagined. The dream you thought was dead was never dead. It was waiting for this version of you, the one that is being built right now, the one that is almost ready. What the world is waiting for from you. There are people, real people, breathing people, living somewhere on this earth right now who are waiting for the version of you that is coming. They don't know your name yet. They haven't heard your story yet. They haven't encountered your gift yet, but they need it desperately. People who are where you used to be, stuck in the same cycles, carrying the same wounds, asking the same questions, feeling the same loneliness. And when the transformed version of you arrives, when your story becomes visible, when your gift becomes active, when your purpose becomes undeniable, their lives will change. Because of what you went through, because of what you survived, because of what you became on the other side of it. Your transformation is not just personal, it's communal, it's generational, it's bigger than you can see from where you are standing right now. And that's exactly why the process has been so intense. Because what you are being built for required every single thing you went through, every tear, every setback, every betrayal, every season of feeling forgotten was preparing you for the people who need you, for the assignment that is waiting, for the version of yourself that is almost ready to step forward. Final word. This is who you are becoming. Someone unshakable, someone purposeful, someone who walks in rooms and changes the atmosphere, someone whose presence carries weight, whose words carry authority, whose life carries undeniable